At that time, I was like too young to see it, but what was happening with our rivers and how they were getting drier and drier.
Sometimes the storm comes and people don't have a house to live anymore.
That year, it was reported that they didn't even have enough food to feed their own family.
I think that people are more worried about things, and there's more scarcity of resources.
In Spanish, mi nombre es Elizabeth Mosqueda.
Namaste, मेरा नाम दीपेश चापागाई.
Me llamo Marisa.
Mi nombre es José Félix Pinto Basurco.
Tôi tên là Hoàng Thị Bình Minh.
Namaste, मेरा नाम Solof Baudelho.
We have a natural disaster happen more frequently in Vietnam nowadays. We have a stronger storm, higher flood, and in some rural areas and poor areas, it's very, very difficult to deal with them.
She's a woman and she's indigenous, and she lives in the border of Mexico City and very, very near a dam. In this particular case, the year has been extremely dry. It was 2011. So the water resources in this dam, where the level was really low, and previously she had to travel long distance near the dam to take a little bit of water with some bottles, then take it home. But as the water was not there anymore, because this reservoir of water was being fed by the dam at the end, she had to walk like for around 3 hours per day.
I have two cousins living in the coast. It's called Puerto Vallarta, so it's the Pacific coast. And they were living there for a while, not so long. And what happened is that a very strong hurricane came.
When the flood comes, it will bring a lot of bacteria. The sanitation will be very bad. And also, it stopped a lot of living activities in Vietnam.
Of course, you're scared in the moment, and we were all scared, but everything was okay in terms of them, their lives, thanks God. And then, yeah, for like 6 months, the whole economy of the place stopped, because you can imagine very touristic places. After this, nobody wants to go there for like 6 months, and this had a lot of impact, of course, in their jobs, in all the place. Like, it's a big shock for everybody in terms of lives first, but then in terms of livelihood, of how can you live from that. Yeah.
Always when I see someone that is opening the tap water and probably leaving the water run within some seconds or even minutes, I start thinking about this lady, who has no access, such an easy access to tap water.
So we need to think about how to deal with climate change wisely.
I think we are moving very slowly towards good solutions. We know what these actions are, but it is worrying that we do not make more efforts to achieve these actions.
Of course, we all pollute, and we all have a responsibility in it, but the people who are affecting less the environment and contributing the less to this are the ones who will be more affected, and that really makes me very mad.
Whenever we talk about climate change, it's always the poorest of the poor that are the most affected. People who are even a bit well off, they don't have to bear a lot of brunt from the effects of climate change. But the people who don't have enough even to eat, who are in a very economically vulnerable conditions, are the worst affected by climate change.
People are not prepared to deal with the consequences of any natural disaster.
Climate protection has been always there, probably not as the name of climate protection, but as the name was first in my childhood. It was as the name of taking care of nature, and after taking care of nature, about how we can take care of each other, how we can take care of animals, and how we can take care of taking responsibility of our actions as human race.
I think if I would decide to be anywhere or in any other subject in this world, I will not be happy knowing that this is a great opportunity to do a change. And also that somehow, not only on research, but let's say every citizen needs to make a stand and to also show that this is something that we care about.
Believing that things can be handled in a better way, and not only can, they need to be handled in a better way. My interest grows every day because I try to do something to help what I believe is to take the necessary steps to help find solutions for the problem of climate change.
To save the world at present, we need strong political, economic, and global commitment. Global commitment from the leaders, and it more needs to change in personal behavior of every citizens living in this earth at present.
And a lot of the responsibilities in our societies and on the people. How do you tell your politicians, how do we tell our politicians that we need to change this? And then they will listen us more than the industrial guys.
Because we don't have long time to act.
I will focus more on education program because it's the basic things we should do first. And then if we do it good, we will have many people to work and to go with us in the process of climate change protection.
So climate change should be considered as issue of equity and justice.
I think small groups of people can really make a change and can really make a difference.
And at the end, the consumers are us. At the end, the consumers are the population. And we are the ones who will change day by day this problem.
We have only one climate, and we live in one planet, and we share it together. So we need a lot of people, we need a lot of networks, and we need to do a lot to save it. And we cannot do alone. We need many people get into this process.